Hey everyone, it's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a very quick 2019 writing wrap up. Now, I've already talked about everything that I have achieved writing and personal wise over the past decade, and you can find a link to that video up in this area here. But today I just wanted to be a little bit more specific in regards to 2019 in general, sort of look back on my goals for the year and, talk about if I actually hit them or not, which I don't think I hit many, if all of them. We'll see. We'll see. So, in 2019, I finished rewriting the 6th draft of my, I suppose, main work in progress Nephilim. A massive rewrite of that where I did 10k for 3 days, which was a trip. And I'm never doing it again, but I suck with procrastination, so I'm going to be doing it again eventually. That also went off for beta as well this year. Not as good as I thought they'd be, which means I haven't done a good enough job, revising Nephilim as I thought I had. Yeah. Bit put out about it, but all I can do is sort of shrug, go through what they've mentioned, and then, start again in the new year. This year I wrote Project Midnight Garden. I took part in 85k90, which is a sort of extended NaNoWriMo, I guess, where you write 85,000 words in 90 days throughout January, February and March. That novel's been shelved. It's such a mess. It's too big of a mess for me to try and fix. It was all not outlined, and I wrote it all unchronologically, and stuff happens in different chapters and nothing makes sense, and it's been shelved. It has been shelved, and I don't mind the fact that it's been shelved. I'll come back to it eventually, I guess. Who knows if I will. It might just be one of those books that I've written and just won't touch again. Maybe I'll use characters from it because I love the characters. Maybe I'll use elements of the story from it for something else. I don't find it a waste that I've written it and then just not going to touch it again, because first of all, it taught me a lot, and second of all, I can still use it if I need to, even if it's not in its original story form. This year I finished my 2017 novel, Project Body Swap. I have about 70,000 words of that now, I guess, which also needs a lot of work. It's gone through like a very quick, basic first round beta with 1.5 people, or a couple of people, and one of them finished it and one of them didn't. Not an official beta or anything like that, but that's, I think, the only standalone novel that I have in my repertoire right now. Everything's YA fantasy in a series except this one, which is a YA fantasy and a standalone, and that I want to sort of get finished, so we're going to be working on that next year. This year I wrote Project Floral for NaNoWriMo. I didn't just write Project Floral for NaNoWriMo. I spent from April until the 1st of November planning this novel, world building this novel, sorting out the characters. Didn't do a very good job outlining the novel, which I complain about often, because no matter how much I want to be an outliner, I'm not an outliner. And however much I don't want to be a planter, I am a planter, and there's nothing I can do to change that, unfortunately. We'll try something else next year. It's fine. So yeah, I finished Project Floral. That was 95,000 words written in NaNoWriMo. It's technically still not done. Like, I started rewriting the beginning, so some of the beginning will need rewriting. I cut one of the POVs, so there's like 6 chapters which now I don't need within the novel itself, and I actually forgot to go back and write the climax. So I wanted to start revising that next year in January. I might have to finish writing it first and then leave it for a month and then continue rewriting it and then start revising it. I don't know how it's going to play. This year is my debut year, I guess, for YouTube. I say I guess, like, this is my first year on YouTube. I started on the 1st of January with my writing goals for 2019. And we're here 128 subscribers later, which I think is a massive achievement for the first year at least, so thank you guys. I'm I'm so happy to be here on AuthorTube finally, and I'm looking forward to sort of getting my hands in and getting more involved next year now that I've sort of got the swing of things. I think this year I beta read for one of my writer friends, Esther. I beta read her YA sci-fi, which was an absolutely fantastic read. She's one of my beta readers for Nephilim, actually, so we did a swapsy. And I'm currently beta reading for another friend from the writing community, both from Tumblr. I just started betaing her book, which is a sort of YA pirate fantasy, which I'm really excited about. And that continues on into next year. So that's, I suppose, should I count that as reading books? I suppose I want to count that as reading books, because this year I read 2.5 books. I was supposed to read 12. I read 2.5. I started off really strong and I read Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas in 4 days in January, helped in part with my 3-month-old who refused to sleep, so I was up reading at 2 o'clock in the morning because she just wouldn't stop crying. And then I started reading A Wrinkle in Time, and I still haven't finished A Wrinkle in Time. And I read Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. And I also read the first few chapters of Six of Crows, but I'm not going to count that because that's a reread, not a first read. I need to up my reading game next year. I really do. I miss reading. I really miss reading, but I just don't give myself the time. I don't allow myself the time to read. I'm so focused on, I need to do my writing, and then not writing to read, which is something I need to work on next year. You can just see me swapping hands with my phone because I have no upper body strength at all whatsoever, and I can't hold my phone for this long, even if I wanted to try. I'm not the type of person to go back and actually double check what all of my goals were for last year, even though I probably could very easily find out what they are. From what I remember, they were finish the 6th draft of Nephilim and send it off for at least one beta read, which I completed. The second one was to outline Project Floral, which I sort of half did. So I'll give myself half a point for that. The third was to re-outline Project Body Swap, which I have not done. I do very badly with goals. And another one was read 12 books, which I read 2.5. So that's not a very good one either. Yeah, I'm really bad with goal setting. I absolutely suck at it. I hate setting yearly goals. I don't hate setting yearly goals. I like setting goals. Goals are fun. I hate it in the fact that I set them and I don't do them, and then I feel bad about not doing them. And then, yeah. That's how that works, but we're going to keep at it. I'm going to sort of try and do something different for next year. I'm going to have my yearly goals, but then I'm going to break those down into monthly goals, I suppose, to make them, the big goals, little, to make them a little bit more manageable, and so I don't forget that I have the goals that I need to do, because I have these goals and then I just forget I have them. I forget what they are, clearly, because I can't remember what they are at the moment. So just a complete overhaul, really, of everything that I need to do. We'll see. So that was my very brief overview of everything that I did regarding my goals regarding writing here in 2019. I have some very basic goals already sort of swimming around in my mind. Definitely want to rewrite Project Body Swap. That's going to be one of my goals. To work on the 7th draft of Nephilim is my second goal. To start revising Project Floral is my third goal. In what order I'm going to do those, I have absolutely no idea. I'm probably going to end up writing yet another novel next year. I have to do something for NaNoWriMo. So whether I'm actually going to do that or not, I don't know. We'll see when the time comes. I don't want to put read 12 books back on my goals list because I never actually do it, but I'm probably going to regardless. Maybe sit here and give myself some rewards every time I finish a new book. That might sort of motivate me a little bit more to actually getting them done. And then, you know, some basic things like organising my time better, using my bullet journal, exercising, blah, 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 blah. The standard, you know, January resolution goals that everybody has but doesn't follow through with. My arm is tired. That is the end of this video. Let me know down in the comments below, have you achieved your goals for this year? Are you thinking of what goals you want next year? And yeah, I guess I'm going to put my phone down now because my hand is literally shaking as I say this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Good thoughts and happy writing.